Hey, what's up? I'm Harrison Boyce. I'm 23 from Seattle, Washington. I'm living in Vancouver, BC right now. I've been there for about 3 months. I work for McNeil as their creative director and designer, and I run Def Grip as well as that and ride bikes as much as I can. I came out to California just to kind of chill. Like, it's been real wet in Vancouver. Everybody has this perception that it's like extremely wet. It's not that bad. Like, I can ride all the time, but I just kind of wanted to get into the sun. So me and Travis Collier came down. He just got on McNeil, and we live real close together. We've been riding a bunch, so we just came to escape the rain and ride in some sun. Def Grip started as just a random project between me and Rich and Andrew McMullen, and then Mike, Ardeline, and Nuno from Odyssey started helping out pretty quickly after that. So like it's just defgrip.com is a website, and it's just kind of essentially a blog focused in and out of BMX, where we kind of update about the cool creative things that are going on inside BMX, as well as architecture and design and music and everything outside of it that interests everybody. So it's a pretty eclectic mix of people. So there's some cool content that we get to put up. So I've been working for McNeil for since 2003, so maybe 3 years about. Prior to me working for him, I had done a little site called LMNOP, which is kind of like an art site. It started out as like a little BMX scene site, but turned into more so like an art site for myself and a few of my friends. And so I was doing that while I was riding my bike all the time, and I ended up getting on Flow for McNeil, and it worked out where McNeil needed a new website, and my brother and I were in the position to do it. So Nick Halsey actually convinced Jay that we should get the job. So we started out doing the website. My brother built the back end, and I designed the front end. That was before I knew how to do any of the web stuff, and that site worked out great, and it just kind of fell into me doing more stuff for McNeil. So having LMNOP, Jay knew that I could do art, he knew I could do design work, and my brother could put together a website. So having that site essentially got me the job for McNeil, which is pretty cool because I didn't have any intention like that to begin with. I just started it out as a fun project, and it turned into me essentially building my career off of it. So it's pretty cool. The stuff that's going on with McNeil right now is the big thing was just the new clothing line we finished up, and that's been out in stores and shops and stuff, and it's been going great. So that's awesome to have off of our backs and on the stores, and the response has been great. So in the back of our heads, we're working on our next line, but that will come out next fall. So we're going to kind of do the same thing, but just do it bigger and better next time. I'm also working on redesigning the McNeil site, just more so on the back end of it, rebuilding it, because when it first put together, it was while I was in school. It was actually part of a school project I did for the new version of the McNeil site, and so since then I've gained a lot of knowledge and experience and better coding and stuff like that. So it'll look the same, but it'll work a lot better. So I went to school in Seattle. I started in 2003, and I actually had kind of in the back of my mind planned to always go to school, but I didn't really exactly know what I wanted to do right out of high school. So I took a couple years off, and that was when I rode my bike a bunch and got on McNeil and stuff. And so after I got the job at McNeil, I decided I was going to go to school and just kind of, I thought there was so much more to learn, which there was. And everybody at McNeil was real psyched and real supportive the whole time. So essentially I worked for them the whole time I was in school, and they kind of really put me through school. So I did a 2-year design program in Seattle and graduated 2005, I guess. And so I was planning on going up to McNeil right after I graduated, but I ended up getting a job at a design firm in Seattle. So right away I worked there full time ended up being a little over a year, and did a bunch of cool projects and got a lot of experience there while I was also doing McNeil full time. So I essentially had 2 full-time jobs, but it really wasn't where I wanted to be. And it was a cool job, but it just Vancouver, working at McNeil, made more sense to me. I moved up to Vancouver in October, and since I've lived there, I've ridden quite a bit more than I had previously in Seattle. I guess more so because I'm right downtown, so I'm just able to kind of ride my bike and hit a bunch of little benches and stairs and stuff. So I guess with my full-time job, I'll ride a couple times a week, and for sure on the weekends. So it's pretty cool. The spot I ride most, I think, is just underneath the Canby Bridge. It's like a designated skate zone or something. So it's more so a street spot, a little basketball court and a 2-stair and a bench. I just mess around there a couple times a week, or like before I pick my girlfriend up from work and stuff. And since I've been there, I haven't really ridden with too many people, but like there's so many guys up there, like Dave Osato and John Heaton and Chris Smith, and I guess I've been riding with Travis Collier most. We just kind of cruise around, and I'm all trying to learn nose wheelies right now, so I just go ride flat areas while he rides flatland and try to learn nose wheelies.
Whoa.